Hello and welcome to the show. Just Cause Gamer will start this week's FailRace episode on GTA 5. This trying to, take a large diamond to the warehouse when enemy goons get in the way of his van. It's an impressive stop, and I have to say, the first of its kind. I've never seen a van quite... That's a new tactic for stopping a van. The van does very well to get away from all of that. We move to a Mustang Bugatti with one of the weirdest moments I think I have seen on GTA 5. So this during a heist, and the buggy has complete steering failure, not in as much as the wheels aren't turning. As you can see, they are very clearly, as he's moving the steering wheel, the wheels on the buggy are turning. However, the rest of the buggy doesn't really care. It doesn't really care what the wheels are doing. It's just going whatever way. I've played a lot of GTA 5, I've seen a lot of weird things. I've never, ever seen physics give up in this manner. I've never seen steering entirely die on a vehicle, and it just completely refuses to work. I mean, I've seen bent wheels, hell, on Beam I've seen cars lose steering at all, but nothing's ever quite lost steering in this particular manner in a, certainly in a FailRace episode before, so... There we go. That is very, very much a new one. They do eventually fail the heist, I think, through too many deaths, but there we go. Y2K Pac-Man on the Crew 2. In fact, we have a number of Crew 2 boats doing unusual things. This one, as we go across the dam, it's a pretty big jump, although it's not a good enough jump. It doesn't actually jump far enough to clear the dam properly. It skids down the dam and then does its best submarine impression. It's not quite where you want there's also the parting of the waves as the boat comes back. It's quite a cool, exit, or as I say, exit, kind of reappearance, but that's also not helpful with your, racing. Wrath of Dead, with a jet sprint, you've got to love the jet sprints, on the Crew 2, has found the edge of a pond. It's not quite how water works, is it? It's definitely not quite not quite how the water works in all of that one. That's an unhappy jet sprint, and quite a stuck one. Ancient Proverb, sticking with the jet sprints, going for a twist, and an interesting flippy round, and suddenly we're back on the, vaguely pointing the right direction, taking out a tree. It's actually very difficult to roll boats on the Crew, so well done for managing to roll it. And when the boats do roll, it does quite confuse the physics engine. This is from a replay camera. So he brushes the tree, which at high speed as well, launches the boat on its roof. The game doesn't really know what to do with it, and decides it should flop back down onto its front. Again, not quite sure that's how physics works. However, the Pikachu boat did survive to carry on. It's Just Dead, on Fortnite. Not content with just rolling cars, we have rolling people and shopping carts. That's 3 rolls for the trolley. Well done. Well done. It's a new vehicle to roll. We haven't had a shopping cart rolled in such manner. Kiwi Raikkonen on Mafia 3, doing one of the street races. When traffic gets a little bit busy, gets launched, bounced off a parked car, and, parked himself. Quite impressively well parked, I might add. All started with one of the other racers getting stuck with a pickup truck and just, couldn't avoid in time. Calvin Tola on Gran Turismo Sport. Now, we've seen this in a live stream, but never quite to this extent, with vehicles trying to start at the Horse Thief Mile. Yes, sometimes Gran Turismo Sport has a lot of trouble getting cars to start a race. Sometimes it spawns half the grid at random places, and in this case, just sort of spews. Although at least all of these cars did actually get released and not get completely stuck in those positions, but there we go. Fran Stuff 6 with some very, very weird things going on. This, during a split screen race, the Audi on the right-hand side is actually supposed to be red. That's some weirdness going on. I have no idea. I mean, honestly, it looks like a melted graphics card, but I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure. When I had an Xbox 360, Red Ring of Death on me, it did a kind of similar thing on an old Call of Duty game, if I remember correctly, but it's very weird. It's very weird. Whatever's gone on is very, very upset. I don't know whether it's because it's split screen, it's trying to... The game's not quite sure how to superimpose the two. Whatever it is, I think actually just looking at the scenery, I think that's what it's doing. It's getting confused as to where to put each bit of scenery, but yeah, it's not good. Nexon on Driver San Francisco is playing around with the police and a ramp truck. Good fun, but note the bus that has already rolled a police car. That is... well, a rather out-of-control vehicle. I'm not sure if the bus is a vehicle that's been hijacked by a policeman to try and join in this chase. I don't know if the police can do that on Drive. I mean, on Grand Theft Auto, sure. I don't know whether it's just a freaked-out AI now that's driving like a lunatic. It's actually managing to cause a lot of grief for the ramp truck because it's kind of hit the rear corner and then nobody can steer. They're both going off towards the wall. Still, the police are causing mayhem because there's a big old roll from the SUV. Eventually, the bus kind of goes back to its own lane and then goes back to pretending to be a normal bus. Who knows? Who has to stop? I don't think it just caused more chaos in all of that. And finally, V404 on Project Cars 2, racing some of the classic Indy cars. A big oversteer moment is not quite so good as the car bounces off the wall. If they try and gather back control, they get run over by something, and then physics gets very, very grumpy. That's, I mean, it's in the air, it's on the floor, it's in the fence, it's on the floor again. It's not quite how... as through the floor at one point, and then we're back in the pits. Perfectly safe. Yeah, that is an angry car. That is an angry, angry car. So it spins off the wall, essentially coming back down, but then the physics doesn't know where to put it, and it's jumping around and phasing about. Even the bodywork that's fallen off is in all sorts of ghost mode. That's a pretty heavy crash. It's got to be a heavy crash to have broken physics quite so epically. That, though, is going to be it for this episode as ever. If you have clips you'd like to submit to this series, you can via our forums. There'll be a link in the description. At the very top of the page is the FailRace clip submission section, and in there you can find all of the rules and how to submit them. But that's going to be it from me. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.